Hello, beautiful, and welcome to the Prosperous Womb. So today, I wanted to talk about something that's pervasive in the coaching industry, something that we talk about and we shun and we pretend like we're not doing it. Everybody else is doing it but us. It's something that we like to tell ourselves we should not do. We must not do that thing because it's bad. It's the thief of our joy. It's going to steal our creativity. It's going to do so many things. And the thing I'm talking about is comparison. When you bring a bunch of women coaches together in any niche, you bring a bunch of women coaches together into a room and women from other industries who are all different income levels, multiple six-figure levels, seven-figure levels, eight-figure levels, and you bring them together into a room. These are purposeful women, driven women, ambitious women, hardworking women who are learning how to work wiser and not harder, and who are learning how to use comparison as the gateway to their best life yet. How is that possible? One of the things that I've learned as a business coach over the last couple of years and working with women in all industries, but especially women coaches, spiritual women coaches, Christian women coaches, and all women coaches, is that we don't compare ourselves to someone else unless we recognize ourselves in that person. So one of the things that I do in the high ticket profit explosion workshops is encourage women to see each other. Because I notice that when we get into the room, we start to size each other up. What does she have too much of that I don't have? Where does she sparkle? And how does that dull my shine? What is she good at? And how unfair is that? It's that we do that so we can see where we belong in the room, how we're going to talk, how we're going to show up, how much further back we're going to lean, and how much further forward we're going to be. We start to look at how much money did she make last month? How much impact did she make in the community? How many subscribers does she have? How many followers does she have? Compare. And compete. Because comparison and competition is a thin line. So I'll start with the first part. What I've shared over and over again on this channel in the workshops is that there's no such thing as competition. You're a snowflake. I'm a snowflake. There's only one of me and one of you. So the way to heal that competitive wound or whatever it is to really understand identity and knowing that as a child of God, you will never meet anyone else that is just like you. He didn't make two of you. It's just one of you, which means the beauty, the joy of life is getting to know everything, learning everything you can about this one person, because you will never meet anyone like that again. And using that context in your messaging, in your sales, coming from a place of, wow, I will never know another person like this again. So how can I compete with you when you're you and not me? What will life look like from that place of, tell me more about you, because you're the only one. And that person gets to learn more about you because you're the only one. The only competition is who you were 5 minutes ago or 20 seconds ago. That's it. So I like to talk about competition first before I dive into comparison, because sometimes we mix the two up because it's such a thin line, okay? It's knowing that there's no competition. And when you come from that place, let's get into comparison. She has too much of what I don't have, or what I think I don't have enough of. How can you stop, like just end that feeling of I want what she has, how can I get it? That comparison feeling. We don't compare ourselves to other women unless we recognize them. So I ask every woman in the room, what you recognize about that person. What in you high fives her? There's something inside of you that is high fiving her right now. And that is why you're comparing yourself to her. Because when you walk down the street, when you walk into a room, there's certain people you don't even see. So you don't compare yourself to them because there's nothing inside of them that you recognize. The only people you compare yourselves to are the people that you recognize. So what is it? There's something about her that I recognize. What is it? Let's identify that. Because that's what we're going to use to see the beauty in our own story. And what I've learned collectively, especially in the high ticket profit explosion workshops, because that's where I spend a lot of time working with women at high income levels, women who are at the top of their game, women who want to create a life they can wrap around their business, women who want to enjoy their children, their marriages, their health, their relationships, and create a profitable business without sacrificing their faith in God. For these women, it can be really challenging to see that somebody else has done the thing that they wanted to do. So if you want to be at a 6-figure level in your business and you still have 5 figures, and you come into the room full of 6, 7, and 8-figure women, and you see, if she can do it, why haven't I done it? When we think that way, we close our eyes. We close our eyes to the beauty, the connection, and the joy of seeing the other person, of seeing what makes us different, and the parts of her that we can connect with, resonate with, collaborate with, and learn from. But when we see, not from, well, I feel bad because I've wanted to do this for so long and she's already done it. If she can do it, why can't I do it? That's not the problem. The issue is that you are feeling burnt. You are feeling triggered. You are feeling challenged. Because if she has done it, there's a part of you that's pressuring yourself to run at her pace. When you give yourself the grace to run your race at your own pace, you get to see not just the beauty of your story, but the parts of her that you can connect with, that you can resonate with, that you can collaborate with and learn from. And that's what's important about comparison, because that's the part of comparison and comparing ourselves to each other that we can use to grow the village, to grow the community, to create better impact, higher profits, not just boosting the bottom line, build better self-esteem, and always walk into the room as though you belong, because it's just you, nobody else is like you, and you do belong because you're a child of God, period. So in your own life, when you meet people, how can you today come from a place of, I am never going to meet anyone else like her. I can't wait to learn everything about her. I can't wait to see her. I can't wait to experience what's different about her and resonate with what's familiar with me. What part of you do you recognize in the woman you've been comparing yourself to and beating yourself up because you haven't done the thing that you think she has so much of? And how can you use that today to do it too? Whatever it is you want to do, how can you use that resonance, that connection, that beauty in her story to see the beauty and the power in your own story and use your story to propel yourself to your own best life and business ever? How can you skip the drama, skip the trauma of she's done it and I haven't, and bring yourself into a place of belonging so that you use comparison as the bridge to co-create the thing you want, whether it's with yourself, with your coach, with God, with whoever it is that you're choosing to co-create with this month. Use comparison to identify the parts of you that you want to connect with more. Recognize the parts of her that you resonate with, and build a bridge to the beauty of your story. Let me know how this lands for you.